Hey guys, it's Marta. Welcome to April Garden. It's incredibly warm. I can't remember such warm beginning of April. Today I wanted to walk with you around the garden, talk about the gardening tasks I'm planning for this month, and to see all those beautiful blooms that happened so earlier than the previous years. Let's begin. Let's begin here. I will sit on my bench, finally. I've been working so much in the garden, I always forget to sit and enjoy. And here you can enjoy now the planters that I've planted with pansies, with muscari, with hyacinths. They just bloomed just right when Easter happened, so I'm really happy to enjoy them, not only how they look like, but also the scent. Hyacinths have incredible scent that is wandering everywhere, so I really like to sit here for a moment, enjoy, but when I sit just for a minute, I look around and I see something to be done. I used to be so anxious in the end of March and beginning of April because I wasn't on time with my gardening tasks, but this year I'm really happy with everything that I've done, and not too many jobs need to be done. But still, if you haven't done anything, it's still, there is so much time. And let's say, what are you to do in April? If you haven't already, it's still a good time to prune your plants. You might live somewhere colder than me, so if you haven't pruned them now, until the end of April is also a great time to do it. So pruning your hydrangeas, all of your bushes that are needed to be pruned in spring, always check that. Roses, clematis, this is still a great time to do it. And then when you're pruning your plants, look at the ground. All of the weeds are just as happy as all the other plants, and they are growing like crazy, so you need to stay on top of your game and take them out. Weeds are taking all the nutrients, the water from your precious plants, so it's good to weed your garden and then mulch it. I mulch my garden with compost, but also bark is good. I prefer compost because it's more nutrient than the bark, and I think that my garden is always benefiting from that. I talked more about the compost in the previous video, so if you want to learn about that, please listen to that. Today is the most gorgeous day to look at your blooms, but my favorite magnolia has bloomed and it looks incredible. So this is my Magnolia rustica rubra, my favorite tree in the garden, and we always have so many problems because of the frosts, and this year she started blooming just 2 days ago, but this is like 3 weeks earlier than normally. And we had incredibly warm weather, like 22 degrees Celsius. This is why she woke up earlier, and she's blooming so beautifully because we did not have any frosts. The petals are not damaged, so she looks so beautiful. I'm so happy because I always love when she's in her prime. No frost bites, so I just could stand here and look at her, and I always look at her from my bedroom window, so when I wake up I always say hello to her. This is not our only magnolia in the garden. We have few of them, but those are babies, but they are also starting to bloom. So this baby magnolia is called Leonard Messel. This is like, she's been growing here, it's been growing here for 2 years, and it's been blooming ever since we planted it, so I really love it. And this one is more resistant to frost. It will take up to -4 Celsius even when the petals are almost open, and it's an incredible magnolia for a small garden, and I really love it. It looks so beautiful. Right there you can see Magnolia Laura. This is magnolia with the biggest flowers, and the quite distinctive scent. I think the strongest of all of my magnolias. I'm so happy because those are the newly planted magnolias. They've been here just for 2 years, and the fact that they get flowers from the moment we put them in the ground is very satisfying, because we've waited for our rustica rubra for 7 years to have her first blooms. So I'm really happy and satisfied with those new babies. When you're walking with your morning coffee in your April garden, it's always good to get down on your knees and look closely at your plants. You will see some bugs that are not very good for your flowers, because they will be feeding on the new buds. So I always go there and I know when to react. If you react early, you can do it with ecological sprays that are not harming bees, and it's good to use or oil-based, or you can do your own with for example, washing liquid and vinegar. I spray with that, and it's good to react early. Then you will not be like crying because the buds are damaged and you will not get any flowers. So it's good. I always do rounds in the morning and I look what is suffering most and where are those green flies or other, white flies and black flies. When it's warmer, they will also start feeding. I always try to react only when they are doing the most damage. If I see a few, I don't really do anything. You will get bugs in your garden. They will be sometimes eating a bit of leaf. I have no problem with that. But when I see that they're gathering in bigger groups, I'd like to react. And I know that ecological sprays done frequently will do the job just fine. I'm looking at my hellebores. They are so beautifully blooming, and some of them are full ones, some of them they're all different colors. I really wonder how will those babies that have sown themselves what kind of flowers they will have. We'll see. I'll show you some more hellebores, but first I wanted to talk about digging up your plants, putting them in a new space. Here I have some lavender and salvia, and watching my videos from last year, I've decided it would be a good idea to have more salvias here and put some of the lavenders near my gravel path, because they seem to be loving this type of neighbor. So I will be replanting them somewhere else, and here I will put some of the salvias that were smashed by lavenders. So we'll have more salvias here, lavenders will be there. Until the end of April, it is a great time to divide all your perennials, to replant your plants. When you see your perennials that are huge, you can always divide them. This is a great way to have free plants for your garden or for a friend. I always like to divide them every few years, so some of them will be divided too. But I'm just walking every day through my borders and I look what needs to be replanted. Maybe I will plant something else. I really like doing that. Maybe some of you like to have your garden planted and do nothing ever again, so you like the order. I really love doing those little tweaks. I always look at the old videos or photographs of my garden, and then I go and I say, okay, I will just do some mishmashing and we'll see how it will look next year. I love that. This is like a painting, a new painting. So this is my spring border full of hellebores, and they look like they've been here for a while. But these are fairly new plants, only 3 years old. They love this space. I have hellebores all around the garden, and this space somehow is the best for them. They are growing really, really fast, and they are having incredible blooms. But except for hellebores, I also have some other plants here. So we'll have some alliums, we'll have some digitalis, so foxglove, also other blooming plants that will be blooming more, some anemones, what else do I have? Some poppies. We'll be having more and more blooms, and I really love this space now. I really like to come here in the morning, and every day seems like everything has changed. Something new is growing and new blooms are appearing. So here are some bulbs I'm growing for cut flowers. I have some tulips, some daffodils, and I'm just Those were in the pots last year. Then I dried all those bulbs and I planted them in the autumn. And now I will be just taking those flowers to the house. And I really like to choose the biggest bulbs and plant them again so I can enjoy them in the house. I have a lot of plants here. I sowed so many seeds and they are now looking like they need to have their another space because they are so lush. So I will be planting all of them in the multiplats. Tomorrow is supposed to be raining, so I think I will spend the whole day in the other greenhouse and I will be just putting them. Each one will get its own space and it will grow for a bit in the greenhouse, and then I will be planting them in the cut flower garden or in the raised beds. It seems it will be warm, but until the middle of the May we still might get some frost, so I will be watching the weather closely, and if the weather is fine I will be planting some of the plants, but some of them I will still leave in the greenhouse. I will also be sowing some seeds, some zinnias, some cosmos, and probably will be forcing my dahlias, but that is for next week. Tomorrow, my babies. These are my beautiful pansies, all the lilac ones, but I see they need some watering because it's so hot. It's 22 degrees today. Let's see some hyacinths. So as you can see, my hyacinth border is blooming. It looks so beautiful and the scent is so intense, especially on such a warm day. Oh, it's incredible because 2 years ago we had 20 centimeters of snow, and if you look at today's weather, it is so incredibly warm and the blooms are incredible, and you can see the plants are growing every day. You walk into the garden and it seems like it was a week, not a day. This time of the year is really good when your soil is warm to do all of your fertilizing. I've waited with a lot of my plants so the soil is warmer and now they will be taking up nutrients so much better. So this is also a job for this week, finishing fertilizing all of my plants. Look at the grass. I've been sowing some of the grass in the video about lawn maintenance, and the grass is growing. They are tiny, tiny babies, but this warm weather made them grow. So this when you have such patches, it is very important to keep them well watered. I was wondering if I should water them today, but tomorrow we have a huge rain, so hopefully they will be happy. Behind me you can see that my Magnolias are starting to bloom. You can see those beautiful tiny blue flowers. There will be more and more of them each day, and the tulips have their buds and the alliums are growing, and soon we'll see more and more flowers. Let me know in the comments what blooms in your gardens and where you are located. I love reading where you are from. There are people from so many places in the world, like Australia, and then we have someone from Croatia and Romania, and a lot of you from UK and the States, and it's great to read which zones you are in, what is blooming and what you're doing in your garden. So let me know in the comments. If you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!